Hi everyone, and welcome to this Video Sans Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield, and today my business's best customer actually dropped off a couple of bass units for me. There's this one, and there's this one. And these are both Compaq Deskpros. This one is almost like the one that I saw at Penumbra. The first time I went. It was in the Stonehaven, the Toll Booth Museum in Stonehaven. And yeah, I was like, yeah, that was the best exhibit of all. And then obviously, when I went back at Christmas time, it had been replaced by a Dell. Anyway, I was really quite pleased when I was given two of my. I was really quite pleased when this customer of mine actually turned up, and he phoned yesterday and said, "Look, Jay, I've got a couple of bass units. Would you like them?" And I was like, "Yeah, please, yeah." And he said, "Well, where do I drop them? When do you want them dropped off?" And we arranged a time, and he's just now came and dropped them off. And basically, I wow, been after a Compaq Deskpro desktop for a long while. So now that I've got these, let's have a wee look around them. So this is, I would believe this is the more powerful of the two, because this has the updated case design, whereas this case design is, the older one. So let's have a look here. So this is Compaq Deskpro. It's a Pentium 300. This was originally a Windows 2000 computer because there's still remnants of an old Windows 2000 CD key on there. Unfortunately, some eject got it off. But never mind. So the sticker says this is a 733 megahertz. Not entirely sure what 10E means, but and then there's a 6, and then 128 CV. I'm guessing that's the amount of RAM in it, but I'm guessing it's got a 10 gig hard drive. And then here's the serial number. I'll have to kind of put that in to be able to determine what model it is. So, oh no, it's a Deskpro EN of some sort. So, on the left hand side there's really nothing. Obviously on the front there's this vent, which I believe houses a speaker. You have the power button here. You've got microphone and headphone out on the front, and then you have this is just a CD-ROM drive. You could tell these were business machines, because had this been a home machine, that would have almost definitely been a DVD drive. But no matter. Pretty sure I could fix it so a DVD drive could be added. Not really decided what I'm going to do with these just yet, because I was kind of hoping to keep them, but I might do them up to sell, because and I'll kind of explain why in a wee bit. So if I go round to this side, there's a vent. There's one of these. Well, there's also one of these on the left, but this is a toolless case. I press these in, and I can pull the case off at the front. Now on the rear, this kind of shows how compact the machine is. And a lot of people call these compact, when in fact it's Compaq. On the back you have the standard kettle lead, two vents, and then there's PCI slots as well as you have serial RS-232 serial, PS2 mouse and keyboard, IEEE 1284 parallel port, and proof that this is a business machine. Built in the Pentium 3 era, it has onboard Ethernet. Another RS-232 serial, 2 USB ports, VGA out. Hang on a minute. Oh no, that's headphone out and line in, sorry, and that's your PS2 keyboard and mouse port. Herp derp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the case off and let's have a look inside. So this is what the machine looks like on the inside. I've been asked if I can wipe the hard drive of this machine, and the answer to that is why yes I can. So this hard drive is going to need to be debanned at some point. This case does have a nice kind of toolless design. I mean, here is the PCI card. Here's a PCI card section. As you can see, it's all on a riser slot, and then the PCI cards come out like so. You know, and then I can just kind of take this away, fit the PCI cards, you know, and then just kind of mount them back in the case once I am done. There's power connectors and whatnot there. And this is why this could be a bit of a problem for me, because this is obviously, you know, only PCI slots. There's no AGP on the motherboard, which would be, you know, kind of a nice requirement if I was going to fit better graphics. And I mean, I reckon I could fit a PCI card system. That, you know, my current Pentium 3 desktop, the Abstalgia PC, has got AGP on it. But nonetheless, it's certainly going to be fun to have a play about with this. Do you know, the inside of this reminds me of those guys, you know, the HPs. Then again, that's because those were made on the cusp of the, oh, whatchamacallit, derp. Oh. Well, those were made on the cusp of the Hewlett-Packard takeover. You know, so I mean, it's like, they were literally, you know, you had, I mean, some of the parts were labelled Compaq, some were labelled HP. But I mean, I must admit, I really, really, really do like this system, you know, and I want to say once again how very, very grateful I am to my customer for giving me this, you know. I love how there's a green arrow there, but it's not really going anywhere. Unless it... Oh yes! As you can see, this is on a pivot, and I can kind of pull it around, and I can see the rest of the motherboard. So I can see all the memory modules. I believe there's a CPU with the CPU fan. And the CMOS battery, should that need to be changed. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at these here capacitors. I'm going to use a light. They seem to look fine, I believe. This was obviously, again, kind of on the cusp, you know, of the 90s, 2000s, so, you know, kind of hit and miss as to whether it was going to have bad caps or not. Now, this is a Compaq motherboard. According to UXW Bill, Compaq motherboards tend to have a cheeky wee graphic on here that's kind of been etched in by the, you know, board designers. So I'm just going to have a wee look and see if I can find the one on this board. Unfortunately, at the moment, no, I can't. Although, hang on, there's a wee bit of something there, but the power supply's in the way. Now, I'm sure if I were to speak nicely enough to the power supply, it might be able to shift. Oh yeah, there it is. It's a bicycle. Isn't that nice? But I love the toolless design of this case. You can definitely tell that this is a business machine. You know, I mean, I needed no tools to open this, and I'm certainly not going to need any tools to close it again. But I'll probably need some alone thinking time to see, you know, what I'm going to do with this machine. Anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to get the wrappers back on this one, and we'll take a look at the next one. Now, the thing about the 733 megahertz Deskpro is, well, UXW Bell, he will wax lyrical about those all the day. He had one running as... Oh, I can't even mind what it was running at. It was either running as some sort of server or music computer or something. It's been a long time. I'm really, really sorry, William. You know, it's a long time since I watched that video of yours. Suffice it to say, though, it was running for a year. You know, absolutely... It was just running, like, the entire time. You know, no power downs or anything. And it was fine. And this was, you know, I in 2010, 2011. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was brand new or anything. But, you know, it kind of proved its worth. Talking of UXW Bill, he also got one of these. And as you can imagine, I was pretty jealous. But now I own one. I think Billy Carr had something like this that he picked up at Value Village, but unfortunately his was a bit of a dud. So, you know, the more he used it, the more it actually fell apart, which, you know, while it's kind of normal for a compact computer to do that nowadays, it wasn't then. So, about this one, this seems to use some sort of proprietary CD drive, whereas this one uses a more conventional one, which is better for business. Again, it uses a flush floppy drive, so you'll need one without a faceplate, like this one. And that's something it has in common with my Compaq Presario 2240. And, you know, so that's what we have on the front. This sticker reads, it's a Pentium 500. With an 8.4 gigabyte hard drive and NT UK. I'm guessing that means it runs Windows NT4. And I think something's voided on here, but never mind. It's got the wacky air vent, so I recognise this one. And it has... UXW Bell didn't think much to these case opening clips. But I've got them. Compaq Deskpros. I love Compaqs. Just get a load of that red logo there. Yeah. So let's have a look at the back of this one. Again, it's a smaller form factor. Similar motherboard setup to the other one, actually. RS-232 serial. Headphone out, microphone in, 2 USB ports. RS-232, no, 1284, IEEE 1284 parallel port. Ethernet, another RS-232 serial port. Keyboard and mouse, mouse and keyboard. And on this one, Compaq seemed to use the older colouring system that they had, the green mouse or orange keyboard thing, rather than the more traditional PC98 mint green mouse and purple keyboard. And then of course there's onboard VGA again. So without further ado, I'm gonna pop the hood on this one, and we'll take a wee look inside. So here we go. We're inside the beast, and once again, I believe that this is a toolless case design. Here we go. So I can look inside. And I can see that actually this is a slotted processor rather than the socketed one of the later Compaq. There's a CMOS battery again, and well, I'm not entirely sure what that is. Is that a mini PCI? Or is that for laptop memory? I'm not entirely sure. I will have to find that out. And here's some regular memory. Not too sure how much this system has in it. But on the power supply we seem to actually have instructions for how to dismantle the computer. See, now you wouldn't get that. You wouldn't actually get that in a consumer class computer. Instead, you'd have a very unfriendly looking sticker saying warranty void. Once again, I believe that we have something that on this case you can't do one-handed, so if you just bear with me a wee minute. And once again we have the PCI riser slot cover. Now this one, as you can see, is an older one because they actually give you an ISA slot and 2 PCI slots this time rather than the 3 on the other one. And to be honest, there's only 2. There's only 2 hole covers, so it's either you use the ISA slot or the PCI slot. So, I mean, realistically, you're only going to get 2 cards in here. But, do you know what? You know, it's a small form factor, it's a smaller machine, I think. Actually, I'm not too sure. I think they're about the same size. No, this one's a wee bit taller, probably to accommodate that extra card. Again, I think now would be a good idea to, you know, inspect the motherboard. So if you just bear with me. So these caps look okay on here. Oh, and there's a PC speaker. Really intrigued to see what that is. Let's have a look at how. That's the power supply. Let's see if I can find a graphic on this board. And doesn't appear I can. I know what this logo means, but I can't even remember just now. I'll probably just have it up on the PC. I'll be able to read it from there. Wait a minute. Turbo AGP. Is that 3DFX? Oh no, it's ATI. Oh, it's an onboard ATI card. How very nice. So at least Compaq have kind of not left you some woebegone graphics chipset. They've actually taken care of you. Probably going to be something like an 8 meg or a 4 meg or something, but, you know, I mean, at least they've thought about it, you know? So, I mean, that is good. So what I can do now is I can probably just pop this down. And this case was certainly easier to open than the other one was. Well, it was easier to get the lid off. But I would say that this PCI card slot certainly didn't want to come out too easily. So I'm going to have to just convince it to go back in. So I reckon if I really wanted graphics on any of these, I could buy a PCI card, you know. I don't think it'd be too much of a dead loss. So I might kind of look to maybe keep in at least one of these, because I really do like them, you know, and you know, be a nice wee project, and you know, if I can get a big enough KVM, then do you know what, I could do it, you know, I could, I like totally, like, you know, like totally, like, you know, like totally, like, you know, like totally could maybe do something with these. I mean, I've got a bag full of sound cards, so I don't know. Maybe throw a Sound Blaster 16 or something into one of these. Actually, I've got the perfect solution. I have an AW64 and I've been looking for an application for that. So maybe I might keep the 733 and throw the AW64 in there. So, yeah. I mean, I'd like to you know, I would like to keep both of these. Which is, you know, if truth be told, I'm probably going to do you know what? I'm gonna look into that. I'm certainly am, and you know, get more KVMs and what have you. I'm gonna keep them both because I like Compaqs. I don't know if you can tell. So, do you know what? I reckon I best get the covers back on it. I reckon I best get back the. Wait a minute. These are. I wonder. These kind of look like the portable compact drives. I wonder if I could get a DVD version of this one. But whatever, I think this one definitely, before anything happens, this one's going to need a DVD drive. You know, I kind of like my systems having DVD drives, if they can help it. But I do like these. And once again, I would like to thank my customer for actually playing me with these machines. You know, I really do appreciate them, you know. Really appreciate them. I always appreciate when people do something nice for me. You know, and I just hope people realise that. It's like, you know, William the other day kind of he kind of sent me, you know, those nice things from America. So, you know, I do appreciate everything. So, yeah, thank you once again. Sound like I'm accepting a blooming Emmy award. This channel would never be an Emmy-winning channel. There's absolutely no way. It's a pile of crap. Everyone knows that. But yeah. So, you know, I really... I will, at some point, be setting these up, you know, kind of connecting them up and seeing what is what. But for now, I'm calling this video done. I'm going to stick a fork in it and call it done. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like what you'd have seen and would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. Instructions on how to do so will, of course, follow. While you're there, please feel free to watch my other videos if you've not already had a chance to do so. And I hope you'll all join me for my next video. Thank you for watching. See you all again.